It's a story about justice which is floundering, according to some, in the state of Tamil Nadu today. And it concerns a 17-year-old student who consumed poison and died. It was a suicide. Her name is Lavanya. In a recorded video, she was seen making a statement before dying. In it, she says that she was harassed by a woman in charge of a hostel, the school she attended. She said that for 2 years she was asked to convert to Christianity, and this is what she said 2 years ago. And when she didn't, she was harassed, life became insufferable, and she took the step. Now viewers, we are seeing a pushback. Videos are being now released of more statements that this young girl had made, where she says that she was also given a hard time for doing menial jobs by school authorities. In the other part of the video, she doesn't talk about the conversion angle, so to speak. She spoke about it in one part of the video, not the other. Viewers, the phone was seized by the police. The phone that was used to record Lavanya's, what you could say was a dying declaration. And after the phone is seized by the police, mysteriously, the other part of the clip, which doesn't refer to the conversion angle, is suddenly made public. It appears. The family today wants to know why the state that grabbed the telephone of the person who recorded the statement of Lavanya was tampered with in a way that allowed other parts without context of her dying declaration to be circulated to suggest that she did not ever talk about conversion. Incidentally, viewers, the police in its FIR has also not talked about conversion being one of the push points, triggers for this suicide. 2 years back, before the lockdowns, before COVID, this demand was made, convert. Her family and she said no. When she comes back to school, viewers, she lives in the hostels. She finds that the attitude of some of her teachers, the nuns, had changed. They were making her do all sorts of menial tasks which she felt were degrading. She couldn't take it. Even during Christmas vacations, she was held back, allegedly, from going back to her home. She felt cut off, desperate, and she committed suicide. Now viewers, the police is going out of its way to try and play down the conversion angle, and a large number of other activists are saying that this conversion angle is being hyped up to create dissension within society in Thanjavur district. Now viewers, the matter is in court. The court that was expected today to tell us whether this matter will be referred to an independent investigation agency, because the family have said that the police are playing ducks and drakes with the investigation, has withheld its order. It will pronounce its order at a later date. But during the course, viewers, of the hearing, many revelations were made by the parents' counsel and of course the police and their counsel stonewalled, raising questions of what could be the dilution of the investigation. Let's open this up, viewers. What exactly is happening? Why is the family being blamed? Why are the circumstances that Lavanya's family lived in being blamed? And why is not even a mention being made of the conversion angle? MP and DMK spokesperson, very senior leader, TKS Elangovan is here with us. Mr. Elangovan, is there an attempt to direct the probe? How is it that a video appears after the police sees the evidence? How can that become public, sir? Can you explain? Or is this being done to muddy the waters, to divert from the original trigger.
See, that is the attempt by the BJP to state that the people, the Christian institutions in Tamil Nadu are anti-Hindu and they want conversion. There were many Christian institutions, even during the debate in the Constituent Assembly. One senior member from Tamil Nadu, Mr. T.T. Krishnamachari, was against this law of act against conversion or any section against conversion, stating that he was a student from a Christian institution and nobody attempted to convert him. That was the fact. Here there are many schools. I studied in a Christian institution throughout. But nobody even asked me to quote words from Bible. It is not a fact. See, this is the attempt by the BJP to do that. Why should they record a statement on 17th and they should wait for the girl to die and then release? What is the purpose? They should have saved the girl. But they waited to take an opportunity to make use of it politically.
But the girl had already committed.
The minority
had already consumed poison, sir.
Secretary of BJP
no one was listening to her. So therefore,
yes, that is right.
the statement was recorded because perhaps they knew
why the
that
girl
the real
was not
trigger
going home?
would be ignored.
What
no, I'm asking you, sir, you've not answered the question. Why is it that the phone which is supposed to be in police custody, its sanctity is not being maintained, and that statements are being leaked? Even the court has asked this question. It's not just me, sir. This is just being framed because of what the court has asked. How is it that this video emerged when the phone was supposed to have been seized and supposed to have been forensically analyzed by the police? How could this have happened?
Yeah,
Mr. Elangovan, aren't you concerned about that?
After effect, the BJP took another video which they did not give it to the police.
No, Mr. Elangovan, you're not conversant with the facts of the matter. The police takes the phone. 17th. After the police takes the phone, a video emerges where the deceased is saying that, oh, she was being harassed, etc. She doesn't mention the conversion bit. And that is being used by the police now to suppress the conversion angle, sir.
Yeah.
It's the same video. Parts of it are released after the police gets hold of the phone.
How many students
which suggests that someone is trying to deflect the narrative, dilute it. I don't know. I'm asking you.
I don't think that any attempt of conversion is being made in schools, Christian institutions in Tamil Nadu so far.
No, that's how do you know? How do you know? The girl is on record. How do you know? Why are you in such a hurry to question the girl? Let there be an inquiry. Okay, 1 minute. Let me open this up. Okay, so your charge is it's the BJP. The family is making the charge. The girl made it herself. I want to bring in Dr. Ranganathan. I want to bring in the BJP MP. I want to bring in the senior journalist, Mr. Rajagopalan and Rajashekaran. Yes, Dr. Ranganathan, over to you very quickly, and then I want to bring in the BJP right after.
No, very quickly, I'm afraid, I'm sorry, but for the DMK spokesperson and the MT, the easiest thing to do is to blame opposition or the political party. Let us deal with the facts here, and very briefly, Rahul, less than a minute, there are two facts here which are incontrovertible, and both are scandalous. The first one you've already mentioned. Is it or is it not a fact that Lavanya mentioned in a video that she was being forced to convert? Yes or no? It doesn't matter if there are other videos. Is this a fact or not? Was that Lavanya's voice? Did she say this? Was that a dying declaration? The answer is yes. Now, I'm not saying that you ignore the other evidence. What I'm saying is you cannot ignore this evidence. So an inquiry is a must. But here comes the point number 2, and which is even more scandalous, Rahul, and this is why it really pains me. Because what you have done in this country is to politicize even National Commission for Protection of Child Rights. I want to read verbatim 2 sentences by Mr. Kanungo, who is the chief of NCPCR, who is saying this, and I'm quoting him right now. The government of Tamil Nadu is reluctant to extend the necessary facility support to the NCPCR team for the said inquiry in the incident. But we are going to go to Thanjavur irrespective. Is this not shameful? I want to ask the DMK spokesperson, sir, why are you reluctant to provide all the support to the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights?
No, we have never refused. We have always, we wanted to protect. See, we are
Rahul.
bringing in legislation to protect.
Sir, I just quoted to you.
Students.
Sir, please.
We are taking
Please,
all steps
I have just
to do
quoted
that.
to you. I am quoting to you the NCPCR statement.
Rahul.
Mr. Elangovan, I think the time has come when you should bring in an independent authority to investigate this. Because clearly, credibility is at an all-time low. I don't know what is going on, but I want to bring in the BJP. The charge is that you are manipulating the narrative to try and pit communities and draw some communal angle. Mr. Rao.
Yeah, Rahul, I think it's very unfortunate that the state government, which has a mandate and a responsibility to protect citizens of Tamil Nadu, is actually trying to cover up a crime. And Mr. Elangovan was referring to a BJP district secretary. It's not a BJP district secretary. I have the fact of VHP district secretary. It is the job of Vishwa Hindu Parishad to protect the interests of Hindus in Tamil Nadu and in India. And wherever conversions happen by coercion, organizations like VHP or any citizen of this country will raise their voice. Do you want everyone to keep quiet when such pressure tactics are adopted to convert young children? And in this case, there is the girl has given herself a declaration in a video statement that 2 years ago there was pressure on her to convert, and because she did not agree, she was not allowed to go on during Christmas. She was not allowed to go home for vacation. It's because of that she was made to do menial jobs in the school and to guard the school premises. I think she is a very bright student. She secured very high marks in a SSLC examination. And because the school has put such kind of pressure on her, she was forced to end her life. Why can't the Tamil Nadu government see the humanistic angle in this? I think if it happens to a child that Mr. Elangovan, will you react in the same way?
Don't drag us in.
Why are
investigate.
you trying to protect the school?
Mr. Rajagopalan, where are you on this? What do you think? What do you think needs to be done, Mr. Rajagopalan?
Proper investigation.
The investigation should be handed over to
a proper investigation, yes. The family says, sir, the family says CBI probe. We don't have faith in the police there. Will you agree? Simple question. Mr. Rajagopalan, should there be a CBI investigation? Simple question to you tonight.
There should be a CBI inquiry because Tamil Nadu police is reluctant. The credibility of Tamil Nadu police is in the crisis. Second thing, Mr. M.K. Stalin started with a good note, but he got into the trap of fringe elements like his allies. Allies are pressurizing him not to allow the case to be opened up by CBI. That is why Anand Rangthan's point is also the NCPCR chief was not allowed to go in. Tomorrow when the BJP team is visiting, they are not being allowed, and the DMK is going to show black flag to the delegation led by the member of parliament from Karnataka and also from Maharashtra. So therefore DMK is on back foot. Two ministers of DMK government, why should they come out and defend the police? Are they going to give any judgment? It is Madras High Court who has to deliver. Whichever way you look at it, Rahul Shivshankar, it is going to flare up in the
Mr. Rajashekaran, when the executive itself has taken a position before the probe, and we all know that unfortunately, whether we like it or not, because of the lack of police reforms, usually the police takes that signal from the executive. How can we guarantee an unbiased probe, Mr. Rajashekaran?
Rahul, anybody speaking about Tamil Nadu's police efficiency?
CBI also.
No, let me finish. See, anybody speaking bad about Tamil Nadu police cannot be tolerated by any Tamilan or any Indian, because Mr. Vijay Kumar, who was a Tamil Nadu cadre officer...
Listen, don't play this regional card. Mr. Rajashekaran, don't play this regional card. This is not right. This is not right. This is very wrong.
Don't heckle me. Don't heckle me. Don't heckle me. Please allow me.
There are four Tamilians on this show. There are 4 Tamilians on this show. Sir, there are 4 Tamilians on this show. Don't play this regional card. No, this is not right.
Don't heckle me.
You mean to say no one can question the police in your state? No one can question the police in your state? Sir, where were you? No, hang on. I'll ask you a question. Where were you, sir? Where were you? Where were you? And I remember you on this channel. No, 1 minute. Let me, Mr. Rajashekaran, expose
Why are you heckling me?
my dear friend. I remember you were on this channel when you were questioning special privileges that were given by the police to J. Jayalalitha. At that time, you had no problems questioning the Tamil Nadu police. Oh, come on, Mr. Rajashekaran, don't play ducks and drakes here, okay? This is rather unfortunate. I'm not coming into this. This is not right. Here is the life of a young girl, a future, a bright future, cut short. She made certain allegations. She deserves at the very least a fair probe. That's all. And if, for whatever reasons, the politics is interfering from either the BJP side or the DMK side, etc., and there is a real apprehension in the family's mind that this probe might be vitiated, surely, in the memory of Lavanya, we can guarantee her this one thing: a fair, honest probe. Too much to ask. No, viewers, it is not. I leave it at this. You think about it. Join this campaign for justice, viewers. I leave it at this.